Eve, tell us about your anticipation going into the 50th Reno National Championship Air Races.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as here. It's such a great event. It's legendary for the 50th anniversary. Fantastic machines, fantastic pilots, fantastic public. So it boosts me. It gives me energy to be in such a great aviators ambience.
How long have you known about the Reno Air Races?
Oh, since I'm a kid interested in aviation, it's like, yeah, you know, that's crazy, these machines, that the top of what you can fly. So, yeah, that you cannot have better machine than that. And it would be good to go once in one of these or to race as a jetman.
Well, that was the question. Now, I think Ra might be willing to extend the deadline for you to enter the jet class. We'll let him clear. So the question becomes, how much would you like to actually race your jet at Reno?
Yeah, wish I want that, but realistic, you know, it's dangerous for me to be that low over the pylons, so I will not race there. I will just try to share this new kind of flight without airplane around a guy, and the races it will be perhaps in the future and perhaps a little bit higher with a better equipment. There is a huge potential for races between jetmen, but actually I am too high to races with anything.
What are you expecting as challenges in flying over the high desert of Nevada, specifically Reno?
Yeah, that's all. I am experimental, really, and that's new. These small engines. Just this flight before, I had a startup problem, and yeah, that's fragile. And as Reno is high, 5,000 feet, and it's hot, so the density altitude could be too high that my engine started. So we will see according the weather conditions. I hope it's not too hot. Yeah, that's experimental. I will do my best as usual.
With you going there, how will your preparations for Reno be different based on what you've just said to anything else you've ever done before?
Yeah, to fly that high, generally I fly like in places like here, we are much lower. So the density altitude, the thickness of the air is less than here. So when you fly, you are a little bit more fragile in the air. That's one point. And the other point is that as I will be higher, I will have to tune the engines with JetCat so that they start up. And we are working on that. We did test in Switzerland, it works. But we have to improve. Most probably we will just increase the idle RPM of these engines. But a jet doesn't like to go low RPM. So we will most probably, I will use a little bit more fuel, so shorter flights, but I will fly.
You said you'd like to fly around the pylons at Reno. If you could pick any class of aircraft that's racing at Reno, what class would it be and why?
The no limits, the top. You know, okay, I'm a former fighter pilot. I know how to fly in the Alps, low altitude with a Mirage. It's a Mach 2 fighter. But in these machines with these huge piston engines, you know, to have that power in front of you, not behind, in front, that would be great.
And yeah, and this question's kind of a personal one. When we watch you perform, we marvel at what you do, but how much risk is there really involved in what you do?
Okay, it was risky sometimes, especially I was my biggest risk because I did become confident. Oh yeah, I can that. And suddenly you go too far. You don't respect your minimum altitude. The same with an airplane. I have a minimum altitude as a parachutist. And I thought, yeah, I will come out of that bad situation. instead to release the wing. I had some close moments but as I have the chance to begin already in the air, now I know I have to keep these limits. So it's not risky because I can anytime release my wing and I still have to parachute on my back. So when I do a demo like that, I don't take more risk than anyone else in an airplane here.
Andy, the final question that I would like to pose to you is, what message do you have for the people who will be attending the Reno National Championship Air Races?
So come to Reno because that's a fantastic event for aviators, for passionate, and for new things too. I will be there and meet you there.